Hello everyone, you are welcome to this class. In this class, we want to continue from where we stopped. In our last video, we stopped at completing the square method of solving our quadratic equations. So today we want to look at another method of solving some quadratic equation. That is what we call formula method, and which we also refer to as almighty formula. So in the first thing we're going to do is we're going to derive the formula, and from what I have on the board here, I said completing the square method can be used to establish a formula for the solution of the quadratic equation of this form. So which means, I said in the last video I said that there are some quadratic equations cannot be factorized. So since you cannot factorize them, you either use completing the square method or use what formula method to solve it. So there are some exams that will ask you that use this particular method. There are some instances where we use formula method. Some will say use completing the square method. So that is the reason why it is very, very important for you to know all these methods, so as to get the best in your exam. You understand? So that you know that I can factorize. So after factorization, that's okay. No, don't do that. You have to learn everything in every topic. I hope that is very clear. So let's dive into the main problem we have. So we want to derive the formula now. Now we're going to make use of completing the square root formula method to derive the formula for solving quadratic equations. So what we're going to do, don't forget the fact that for us to use completing the square method, you must make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. But what we have here, we have a coefficient which is a. So what we are going to do is we are going to divide through by a, so that the coefficient of x squared here will be what? Will be 1. So in that case, we just write, I would say make the coefficient of x squared 1 by what? Dividing through by a. And you are going to divide everything here by what? By a. So to make this one the coefficient of x squared to be what? 1. So therefore we're going to have x squared plus b over ax then plus c over what? A equals what? 0. Because if you divide 0 by a, it will also give you 0. I hope that is clear. So that is now there's no point to say divided by 0 here. So that one is clear. So the next stage now is to move this part to the other side. You understand? At least we're going to subtract 6 over a, 6 divided by a, from both sides. So in that case, we're going to have, I'll just say subtract c over a from what? From both sides. So in that case, we're going to have, so when we subtract, we're going to have this left, x squared plus b over what? A, x equals to minus c over what? A. You can see that it has now changed the form that we are going to find the rest, making use of the completing the square method. So what does the completing the square method say? Now that is because this expression we have in the left hand side here, we want it to be a perfect square. So to make the left hand side, to make the left hand side LHS a perfect square. That is to make the expression in the left hand side a perfect square. So we're going to do what? We are going to add the square. So that is the rule I gave you in the last video. The square of half of the coefficient of x to both sides. I hope you did not forget the formula. You did not forget this statement. And the square of half of the coefficient of x to both sides. So what is coefficient of x here? Is this b over a. The half of it should be 1 over 2. Multiplied by 1 over 2. Then square of it we're going to square. So this will give us what? B over what? 2a, everything was squared. So we are adding this to both sides. So that means this will then give us x squared plus b over ax plus this b over 2a, everything what? Everything squared, plus equals to minus c over a plus, so square of b is what? B squared. Square of 2a is what? 4a squared. I hope I'm making sense. So from here, we factorize LHS. Factorize LHS. So we are going to factorize that. By factorizing this one, we're going to have this. You know, I told you, this automatically, when you factorize this is what you are going to have here. We're going to have x squared and b over 2a, everything squared. So in that case, we're going to have x plus b over what? 2a, everything what? Squared, equals to. Then let's simplify this one to be in a single fraction. So find the LCM. LCM of 4a and 4a squared is what? 4a squared. So a in 4a squared, that is what? 4a. 4a times minus c, that will be minus 4ac, plus 4a squared and 4a squared, that is 4a 1. 1 times b squared is what? B squared. So we can write this one to be what? B squared minus 4ac, everything divided by what? 4a squared. Don't forget this is x plus b all over 2a, everything was squared. So that is, we are going to make x solid of formula here. So what we're going to do, let's transfer the square first. That we're going to find the square root of both sides. So if we find the square root of both sides, we have x plus b over 2a equals to, so since we are finding the square root of this, will then become plus or minus square root everything here, which is b squared minus 4ac divided by what? 4a squared. I hope I'm making sense. Alright, so the next is x plus, so we can then transfer this to the other side. So which becomes equals to minus b all over 2a. This is plus or minus. Plus or minus. Then square root of this one will still be the square root of everything, which is b squared minus 4ac, right? All over. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of a squared is of 2a. You know that we have 2a here, we have 2a here. Let's bring everything together. Let's find the LCM of both of them. So that will give us 2a is the LCM. Alright? Then this will remain what? Minus b plus or minus. Alright? 2a in 2a is 1. 1 times minus b is minus b plus or minus. Then square root 2a in 2a is what? 1. 1 times everything is square root of b squared minus what? 4ac. I hope I'm making sense. So that means x is equal is what? Minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by what? By 2a. So this is the almighty formula we're talking about. This is the formula method we were talking about that we can use to solve quadratic equation. Minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by what? Everything divided by what? 2a. How this is very clear. So we'll be able to prove the formula. We've derived the formula. This is the derivation of the formula method of solving quadratic equation. So the next stage now is for us to now see how to apply the application of the formula. How do we apply the formula now? Is the next thing we want to look at now. So alright. So after we have seen the derivation of the formula, which is also known as almighty formula or quadratic formula. So let's now see how we can apply it to solve quadratic equations that cannot be solved using factorization method. Don't forget what I told you. Some examiners will ask you to use a particular method to solve quadratic equation. That is the essence of this, right? So that you have to know how to use it. So this formula, this is it here, this almighty formula. You have to commit this into your memory. Understand? So there's no point to know how to derive it. I just show you how to derive the formula. It's possible examiner they can ask you to derive the almighty formula for us using completing the square method. Or they will just say derive almighty formula. So it's possible. So that's the essence of knowing how to derive it. I hope that is very clear. So now what we want to learn here is to use see how we can apply it to solve quadratic equations. Now we have these 3 questions here. Solve the following equations by using quadratic formula. Give me your answer to what? 2 decimal places. So the first one is, we have the first one. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals to 0. We have x squared plus 6x equals to 0. We want to use Quadratic Formula. So the first thing you must know is this. So the normal form of quadratic equation form of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. You can use this to know what's the value of your a. From here, so what you have beside x here is 1. So that means your a is 1. What you have beside x here is what? Is plus 6. Then what you have there is what? Is plus what? Is plus 8. So therefore we can say a equals to 1, b equals to 6, and c equals to what? 8. So we then come to the formula which says minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus what? 4ac, everything divided by what? By 2a. So let's now see. So what is our b? Our b is that's minus 6 plus or minus square root b squared, that is 6 squared, minus 4a, a is 1 times 1, and the c is what? Is 8. Everything divided by 2 multiplied by 8, which is what? 1. I hope I'm making sense. So in that case, so what we're going to have is minus 6 plus or minus square root. So 6 squared is 36, minus 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 8 is what? Is 32. I hope I'm making sense, right? So if that is the case, divided by 2 times 1 is what? 2. We now have, we need to what? Subtract this. So that we're going to have x. Don't forget this is x. This is x. So therefore x equals to minus 6 plus or minus square root 36 minus 32. That is what? 4. Everything divided by 2. So that we can have minus 6 plus or minus square root of 4 is what? Is 2. Everything divided by 2. So that means we're going to have x will be equals to minus 6 plus 2 all over 2, or minus 6 minus 2 all over 2. So that means x equals to, that is minus 4 over 2 or minus 8 over 2. So this will give us minus 2 or minus 4. So we can see this one is not giving us decimal. So that's where we need to stop. That is that. Is that clear? I hope that's very clear. So that is the first aspect of the first question. You can see what we have. We have minus 2 and then minus 4. So let's look at the second one. Before we go into question 2, you notice that question 1 we got minus 2 minus 4, which gives us whole number. So that means this one is factorizable. You can factorize it and see if we're going to get the same answer. So let's go to question number 2. So question number 2, we have 3t squared minus 2t minus 7 equals to 0. So the formula of quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So we can completely say that our a here is what? Is 3. Then our b here is minus 2, not 2. All you have beside t is what? The coefficient of t is minus 2, not 2. Please take note of this. Very, very important. Then c as well is also minus 7, not 7. I hope that is very clear. So let's now apply the formula. So this is x. So this will then be t now. Is t we're looking for minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by what? By 2a. So that means t will then be minus b, which is what? Minus 2. Please take note of this. Minus 2. So because we have minus here already before, then b itself is what? Minus 2. Plus or minus square root b squared, that is minus 2 squared, minus 4 times a, what is a? 3, times c, what is c? Minus 7. Everything divided by what? 2 times a, which is what? 3. I hope I'm making sense. So minus 2 minus 2, that gives us 2, plus or minus, then we have the square root. Alright? So minus 2 squared is what? 4, minus times minus is plus. So 4 times 3, 4, 12 times 7, 84. Am I making sense? Everything divided by 6. So we then move to the next stage. So which means t equals 2 plus or minus square root. We add this together, 84 plus 4. That gives us 88. Everything divided by what? By 6. So what we're going to have now is 2. So plus or minus. Find the square root of what? 88. Square root of 88. Square root 88. That gives us 9.3808 divided by 6, right? Divided by 6. I will say something here. So t equals to, so we can then conclude that 2 plus 9.3808 divided by 6, or 2 minus 9.3808 divided by 6. So here you can see that this is around the nearest 4 decimal places, but the question asks us to take it to 2 decimal places. Because we have not arrived at the final answer, don't round it from that place. So still leave it at 4 decimal places here. But when you want to get your final answer, you can then convert it to 2 decimal places. So let's move on. So that's what I did there. So in that case, we have this plus 2. So divided by 6. So we have 2 plus 9.3808 divided by 6, and that gives 1.8968, or 2 minus 9.3808. So that gives divided by 6. So that is minus 1.2301. But the question asks us to write to go to 2 decimal places. So therefore, this will be what? So this is 2 decimal places, right? Please take note of this one. Very important. You are going to stop at 9. So what you have here is 6, which is more than 5. So you are going to add 1 to 9. This plus 1 will give you 10. So you write 0, carry 1 to the next stage. That gives you what? 9 plus 1, so 0.2. That's 1.90, or 1.2 minus 1.23. So this gives you the what? Final answer. I hope this is very clear. The third question, we have this. So from here, you can say that a is what? Minus 4. That's coefficient of a squared minus 4. Then b is 2, and then c is equal to what? 6. So applying the formula here, so that means a is equal to minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by what? By 2. How is very clear? So in this case, we're going to have put the values of the variables into this. So that is a minus b, that is minus 2, plus or minus square root b squared, that is 2 squared, minus 4 times a, that is minus 4, times c, that is 6. Everything divided by 2 multiplied by minus 4. How this is very clear? Alright. So that is minus 2 plus or minus square root. 2 squared is what? 4. Minus 4 times minus changes onto plus. 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 times 4. 16 times 4 gives us 64. Alright? That is 64. So we divide by 2 times minus 4, that gives us minus 8. So in this case, we have minus 2 plus or minus square root. Let's have it here. So this will give us t a be equals to minus 2 plus or minus 4 plus 64 will give us what? Square root of what? 68. Alright? Everything divided by minus 8. I hope I'm making sense here. Alright, so the next is, let's find the square root of 68. Square root of 68, that gives us, this means a will be equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 68. We have 8.2462. Everything divided by what? Minus 8. So the next stage is now to separate. So that's going to give us a equals to minus 2 plus 8.2462, or minus 2 minus 8.2462. How can make sense? Everything, this one divided by, let me write this. So this will give us minus 2 plus 8.2462 divided by minus 8, or minus 2 minus 8.2462 divided by what? Minus 8. So let's have this. So we have minus, that's 8.2462 minus 2, everything divided by 8. So that this will give us minus 0.7807, or minus 2 minus 8.2462. So this will give us divided by minus 8. So this will give us 1. Because minus will cancel minus. Then will give us 1.2807. So final answer A will then be minus 0.78 or 1.28. I hope this is very clear. So that is that on solving quadratic equation by formula method and its application. I hope you find this video useful and helpful. If you find it useful and helpful, don't forget to give us a very big thumb up. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. You can as well share the video with your family and friends. So we meet in our next video. In our next video, we're looking at graph, quadratic graph. So bye for now.